Okie dokie. I actually had a lot of trouble trying to figure out how to write this video. I wanted to watch something I usually wouldn't because I saw that it was popular and we all know how Squid Game blew up, but I just couldn't figure out how to word this one. My computer actually died partway through and I just brought a new one because this one had been acting up for a while. And while thinking over it, I kind of realized I was too soft in my first draft. I should have been more honest with myself. I just didn't like All of Us Are Dead. Spoilers ahead, you have been warned. Basic synopsis: a high school science teacher who's way too overqualified for his job wants to help his bullied son by trying to turn rage into a super soldier serum, but accidentally creates a zombie virus that soon causes a pandemic in the city of Hyosen. The students of Hyosen High School, along with some other citizens that we follow across the story, now have to survive the threat of their peers developing a severe case of the munchies. To at least start off with the good points, the production for the show is really good. This is some of the best zombie transformations I have seen in any show. The way they move unnaturally like they're being possessed, the disfiguration in their appearance as any wound they have becomes ugly and bloated, and the visceral sound effects of their bones cracking is just pure orgasm. They did really well with the practical effects for the show. There are still some CG used. Any stunts like falling off a building or being hit by a car are very clearly animated. They even have another Hellbound baby, gotta love Korean CG babies, but the Blood and Grime does a really good job of disguising it and making it still look really cool. I also have to mention my favorite moment, the dirty handkerchief scene in episode 3. Forgive me, I'm gonna get some names wrong, but Nae Young hates the guts out of Gyeongsu for reasons you can watch in the show, and decides to try and trick everyone by smearing zombie blood from her handkerchief into his open wound, pretending he had got bitten. This was a scene that really grabbed my interest. She became the most hated character for everyone while becoming my #1 favorite. I just like characters that can provoke any intense emotion, love or hatred. This is honestly the only scene where I was completely invested. A lot of All of Us Are Dead felt like standard zombie material. It doesn't really do anything revolutionary with the genre, and nothing really surprised me like the handkerchief scene. Now, this doesn't mean I didn't feel anything for this show. I sat through 12 long episodes and I'm not so stone cold to stay indifferent to the high school gang. When people died, I got a bit sad. When they were bonding, I got closer to them. But I was always waiting for another intense moment like episode 3. There are some other scumbag scenes in the show, like Chosu telling the soldiers that no one else was alive, while the main gang was banging on the doorway one step away, and Jimin abandoning Hyorung when she fell over and then instantly getting karma bitten. But while the handkerchief scene was more direct and had the added bonus of me slowly realizing what she was doing, these moments were more indirect and felt less shocking. Am I desensitized? Maybe, but I'm still disappointed I didn't get that same feeling again. I also want to talk about the asymptomatic zombies, people that were bitten but didn't really fully transform. We have a few students that get this evolved version of the virus, and it's a major driving force for the series as military discovers that they're no longer able to clearly distinguish between humans and zombies, greatly affecting the decisions they make later in the show. I want to point out my favorite half-B, Guinam. He hates Chong-sun, our main guy, because they didn't meet eye to eye, and he basically becomes this relentless force of nature. He has the cognitive ability of your normal human, albeit a bit below average, but it's bundled with the terrifying strength of a zombie, along with the ability to get up after any amount of damage. It makes him a constant threat as his thirst for revenge drives him to hunt them down at every corner. I enjoyed seeing him appear, but they had to continually get rid of him very quickly until about the final fight because he's just too powerful and would basically decimate the main gang if he stuck around too long. I wish they had let him cause more damage to the group besides targeting stragglers. They just kept throwing him off a building and it kind of lost some of his menacing charm. The ending with Nyrem, another half zombie, half human hybrid. She had a reveal where she joined a group of half bees, which seemed to tease that the amount of them was actually much greater than we had initially estimated. I think this would be somewhat interesting to go with the second season. We got glimpses of how this could turn out with Jimin's racist zombie comments. She has zombie blood in her veins. Zombies killed my parents. It would be cool to see how half-bees attempt to integrate themselves into society. It's just unfortunate though that I didn't really enjoy the show enough to want to stick around for what season 2 could offer. So yeah, All of Us Are Dead just really didn't do enough for me. Do I think it's a well put together zombie show? Sure, I'm happy to admit that. Do I wish it did a bit more to distinguish itself from its predecessors? Oh so yes, I was honestly making glances at the speed changer on Netflix's video player. It really wasn't my cup of tea, but if you're just looking for an average zombie fix, Korea has you covered. Those are my thoughts on All of Us Are Dead. If you guys like this show, let me know in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious because I really just couldn't get into it. Please like and subscribe for more videos, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.